Alright guys, so I've got about 7 fragrances here from the house of Ideo Perfumers, which are a Lebanese niche fragrance house, and I absolutely love that because these fragrances right here, man, are so unique. I love Middle Eastern fragrances, and these fragrances right here happen to be cruelty-free, vegan, and they use sustainable materials as well too to make their fragrances. So super dope. I'm excited. I hope you are. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Let's get groovy. Roll it. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome again to another edition of Smell and Tell Fragrance. I'm your boy TK, and today I'm going to be talking about these fragrances right here from the house of Ideo Perfumers. As I said, they are a Lebanese owned house, okay? So super dope fragrances right here, man. Very unique. I want to tell you guys exactly what I think about these fragrances. They were sent to me for review by feelingsexy.com.au, which happened to be today's video sponsor. I will leave links in the description box if you guys are interested in any of these fragrances. But hey man, without further ado, let's get right into it. The first fragrance I want to talk about, guys, is called Space Rhapsody. This fragrance right here, man, I fell in love with the note breakdown before I even smelled it. This is just a beautiful juice, I'm telling you guys. This one has got notes of some peppermint, basil, a little bit of jasmine as well, I believe, and some patchouli, some musks, some cedarwood as well too. But guys, just from saying that, you can already imagine what I'm talking about, guys. Imagine a peppermint tea with a little bit of crushed basil in there, and if you know what patchouli smells like, that's what you get in this juice. Now with that basil and that peppermint, guys, this one also has the note of mimosa flower, which is super dope. I absolutely love flowers, and mimosa is a super nice smelling flower, man. Go ahead and just look up that, and you'll just go and find a mimosa flower, go ahead and smell it. This is what you get with a little bit of peppermint and a little bit of basil, man. So very nice fragrance, this one. This one's got a little bit of musks as well too, but I don't really get too much of a musky like smell, but maybe in the far dry down, yes. But anyway, when it comes to the top and the mid, this one is going to be a very nice, clean, fresh fragrance. When it comes to the longevity, guys, and the performance, man, this one right here, longevity wise, it's not that great. I get a little bit over 5 hours, but it's not as bad considering that it's a fresh fragrance. That's just on my skin rather, so I'm not too sure on other people's skins, but I get a little over 5 hours. It's not like pushing about 6 hours, but when it comes to the projection, I get a good hour, which is not too bad. I would have thought that it actually lasted a little bit longer given that it was projecting for about an hour, but I just couldn't smell myself. Maybe it was just me. Lasted a little bit longer on my clothes than on my skin, but when I like to test my fragrances, I usually like to test them off the skin rather than off the clothes. But anyway, super dope fragrance, this one, guys. I love this one. It's going to be a summery fragrance. Very good for the summertime, and just good for just any day, anytime use. This one is called Space Rhapsody. Up next, guys, is a fragrance that has got the note of iris, and as soon as we hear iris, we automatically think Dior Homme. Now guys, this one right here is called Last Canto. Now Last Canto is a powdery like fragrance that has that iris note that we all associate with Dior Homme line, but this one right here takes a little bit of a turn because this one has got frangipani, okay? Now guys, for those guys that know me, as I said before, I love mimosa flower, but I absolutely love frangipani. It's like my favorite flower, man. So anyway, you do get that in here, but it's not really a lot for you to actually pick up as much, but you do get the undertones of the frangipani flower in here too. I think it's got a little bit of jasmine to it that I'm picking up too. I'm not too sure, but you do get a lot of that iris, a little bit of almonds, some vanilla, a little bit of tonka bean as well too. So really nice fragrance, this one, man. I absolutely love this one because I am a sucker for a nice powdery fragrance, okay? So a powdery fragrance or an iris fragrance done well is a fragrance that I love, okay? So this one right here is definitely there, and I feel like this one is perfectly unisex. It's going to be a fragrance right now that I feel will be nice for date night, okay? It's going to be a nice signature fragrance for someone that doesn't mind a fragrance that is powdery, thick, dense, because when you put this one on, man, this is a very heavy fragrance, okay? On my skin, this one lasted quite a long time, and it was pushing about 9 hours, okay? And I was counting too. I had to make sure that I got it right. So about 9 hours worth of longevity, and I got a good hour and a half worth of projection, which is outstanding in my opinion. So when it comes to the projection and longevity, it's great. It smells great, okay? It's nothing like Dior Homme, but you definitely do get that powdery, lipsticky kind of a feel because of that iris note. But nevertheless, guys, this one is a very, very good fragrance that I feel like will be great once again for date night or to be a signature scent, but it's going to be more for the winter time or just the colder days because it is a little bit heavier than the other fragrances that I have here, well, than most fragrances out there anyway. So this one, guys, uniqueness 10 out of 10. Really like this one. Last Canto is the name. All right, guys, I know I'm going a little bit too quick, but I do have 7 fragrances, guys, that I have to go through here, so bear with me. Anyway, next one, guys, I want to talk about is for the gourmand lovers. This one right here, I really love, man. Upon first sniff, this one is called Malaika's Temptation. Well, Malaika, but I like to say Malaika's Temptation because I like this. That was horrible. Anyway, guys, this is really nice fragrance right here that has the note of praline at the top, which give it the nice gourmand touch. But to me, I don't know if I really do get much of that praline in here. If anything, I'm getting more of the ambery and the vanilla notes in this. This one does have a little bit of agarwood, which is that oud note that we get in a lot of fragrances, a little bit of musk, a little bit of patchouli as well too, and some ylang ylang, I believe. But guys, this one is going to be a very sweet fragrance. So, well, it's not going to be like very syrupy. It's just like okay, honestly, it's not like very like a overbearing sweetness, okay, but it's a very nice sweetness that I believe is going to be great for those guys that like sweet fragrances. Like, for example, if you like something that's like I guess Nishane Ani, you're gonna like this one because this one has got a slightly spicy you know, with the agarwood too that comes through, with the woody undertones, okay, the musk that comes through, the praline, ambery, vanilla. You're gonna really love this one, man. So if you like stuff like Nishane Ani or Grand Soir, you're really gonna enjoy this one because I absolutely love this one because I love sweet fragrances. But anyway, guys, this one right here I believe is what too is going to be a nice date night fragrance because this one is one of those close proximity fragrances, okay? It's not going to be a beast mode fragrance, but it's going to be slightly, or it's going to be an intimate fragrance rather. So if you're going to go out for date night, you know, on a colder night, this is definitely going to be one that you're going to rock, okay? So I believe that this one is what too is going to be unisex fragrance, sweet, gourmand, just very nice, syrupy, okay? Like, it's not overbearing sweet as I said, but it's got this syrupy, sweet kind of dessert like quality to it, which I really love. When it comes to the performance, it did perform alright. I got a little bit over 7 hours, and when it came to the projection, it projected for about 45 minutes to an hour, which was respectable, not bad. But guys, I was getting wafts of this all night. I did spray some of my clothes, which means that it lasts a little bit longer. But anyway, really nice fragrance, guys. This one's going to be a very thick, dense fragrance once again, which has a lot of punch to it, okay? Really nice density to this one. So great for date night, great for the colder seasons. Malaika's Temptation. Up next, guys, is actually a fragrance that I actually put a lot of worrying into this past week, and this fragrance right here is very nice, man. Very versatile and compliment getting too, actually. Anyway, this one right here is called Prison Blues, guys. Prison Blues has got some cardamom, some nice black pepper in there, incense, patchouli. Man, really nice, man. I really love the way that this one sits on my skin, man. It really does sparkle on my skin. It's got a nice effervescence about it too as well too. It's very lively, and with this one too, I feel like, you know, I'm not too sure exactly what it is. Maybe it must just be the patchouli that kind of gives it a little bit of like a chocolate cakey kind of a feel. Well, not really as chocolatey, but more of just a nice sweetness that's in this, which I really love now. And when this is combined with the cardamom, you know, and the woods that are down in the base of this fragrance, they just really come together into making a nice, unique, versatile fragrance that is very likable, man. And with this one, man, I definitely do find that you can dress this one up or down. Even though the longevity isn't amazing too, when you're looking at something that you want to wear throughout the day that'll last you all day, this won't really go past the 6 hour mark, man. Unfortunately, it doesn't really go past the 6 hour mark with longevity, but in terms of projection, it's amazing, okay? Like, I got at least an hour and a half worth of projection, and for you know, a reasonably fresh fragrance, you know, I don't mind reapplying. So anyway, that's really great about this fragrance, man. It smells great, you know, it's very lively, energetic, gives me a bit of energy, you know, and compliment getting too, man. I love that this one's compliment getting because I actually wore this one probably about 4 times this past week, actually, you know, just because I was trying to see, you know, exactly how it performs, you know, how people react to it. And people around me really enjoyed this fragrance. So anyway guys, not to go on too much about this fragrance is very good for date night as well too. If you want that, it's going to be one of those intimate fragrances once again, but it doesn't scream out for attention, man. But you would definitely be noticed when you wear this one on, guys. Unisex fragrance, but it'll get the job done even though it doesn't last more than 6 hours. But I definitely do rate this one, guys. This one is called Prison Blues. Up next, guys, is a fragrance for the tobacco lovers. So I'm pretty much talking about me here, okay? So I love tobacco, man. I love vetiver as well too. Now this fragrance right here is a mix between the vetiver and the tobacco, which is just beautiful. I'm talking about this one right here, Tabak a Fandy. Tabak a Fandy. Anyway, this is just a great fragrance, man. I love the way this one smells. A lot of people are very, I don't know, I feel like people like around me really like sweet fragrances on me and fresh fragrances, like, you know, the Blue de Chanel's, you know, all the, you know, people pleasing, compliment getting fragrances. But these fragrances right here are a little bit harder to understand. They're more on the artistic side of things, and my nose is very geared to fragrances that are hard to understand like this. Like for example, Bailey from Parfums de Mali is a hard fragrance to understand, and it's just a lot going on and not many people really like it, but I quite enjoy it because it's a smoky vetiver tobacco fragrance. This one is pretty much just like that. So if you know Bailey, this one is pretty much like Bailey, but a little bit toned down on the smokiness. Okay, now this one is going to be a toned down version of that Bailey, but it's got nice leafy green tobacco, and with that vetiver, it just really makes for a well balanced fragrance. Now guys, with Tabak a Fandy, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this one is not going to be for the faint of heart. This one is going to be something that is very challenging to wear, only because you have to have that confidence, you know, and you have to, you know, be willing to get all the attention you're gonna get with this one. Like, oh, what are you wearing? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be really confident to wear something like this. You know, you got to be an assertive person, because this one, you know, it's a very hard fragrance. Like, it's very it's not like crazy rough and tumble, but it's just a little bit on the stronger side. Okay, so if you're not really used to wearing fragrances that are a bit on the stronger side, you know, slightly polarizing fragrances, this one might not be for you. And I feel like this one right here is going to be a bit more masculine than feminine, only because I find a lot of females struggle to wear fragrances that have got tobacco and vetiver. Okay, but anyway, it's really your personal preference, but I'm just telling you guys right now, once again, it's going to be a little bit of a harder fragrance for you to wear if you don't have an artistic nose. But this one is very artistic, man. And if I was to choose any fragrance right now to keep out of all of these ones, it'll have to be this one, man. I really enjoy this one, man. Just the combination of notes that are in here are just well balanced, and for me, this ticks all the boxes for a unique niche fragrance. This one is Tabak a Fandy. Keeping the ball rolling, guys, this one is called Weekend a Fontainebleau. I hope I pronounced that right. But this one, guys, is going to be an aldehydic fragrance that is similar to Aldehyde 22 from Le Labo, and a Chanel fragrance. I don't quite remember. I think it's the number 5, I believe. Anyway, it's a very green fragrance that's got a little bit of rose, well, a lot of rose actually, a lot of sweetness to it, but it's just way too feminine for my liking, man. So it's going to be for someone that's going to be a bit older, you know, someone that is assertive, classy fragrance, you know what I mean, that this is, and someone that's going to be, you know, well, it's a very dressed up fragrance. Okay, so older, feminine, classy, dressed up fragrance. That's what I will describe this fragrance as. I tested it out. Longevity was amazing. I got well over 8 hours. Projection was well over 2 hours, you know, so it's quite a strong fragrance that's not going to be suitable for the summertime, but you could probably get away with it with lighter sprays. But once again, guys, this one just really wasn't for me. But if you like rose fragrances, Weekend a Fontainebleau is going to be something for you to check out. Last but not least, guys, is a fragrance that I wore over this past weekend when I was in Sydney. It was about 30 degrees average, so it was pretty hot, 30 degrees Celsius for my American friends, but very hot, man. And which other fragrance to wear than a citrus-based, fresh, clean fragrance? Now this one right here is called London to Mumbai. London to Mumbai, guys, is a citrus-based fragrance that has got some lemon, bitter orange, and a little bit of bergamot as well too. In the base, it's got some tonka bean and some sandalwood as well too, which give it a bit of backbone. Now during the summertime, guys, this one really will shine for you guys, especially if you're someone that tends to go for the freshies. Well, you're most likely going to go for the freshies, you know, something that's not going to be too hard during the high heat. And this one right here is going to be well suited for you if you live in a high heat condition, or if you're looking for something that's just citrus based and you like your citrus notes in your fragrances. This is definitely going to be one to reach out for, because this is a very well balanced fragrance. When it comes to the occasion, guys, of this fragrance, I would definitely wear this one dressed down, just casually, just going outside to run errands, whatever it is. Just a dumb reach fragrance, really, to be honest. I don't really have to think too much when I'm wearing this fragrance. So long as if the weather is just right outside, I would definitely go and grab this one. So this one is London to Mumbai. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my review on the Ideo Perfumers line. Absolutely enjoyed filming this, and I loved each and every one of these fragrances. Thank you so much to Francis, that's out there, that works for feelingsexy.com.au. You know who you are. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you guys for being a part of my channel, man, and my journey. So this is one to you guys. And for the viewers out there, they were kind enough to give us a 20% discount code, which is Smell and Tell, and you're gonna get a 20% off at the checkout. Just go and type that in and you get 20% off your order. But nevertheless, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Show me some love. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance review. Bye for now. Mwah. Love you.